My name is Lionel VK3AML. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Chris Long VK3AML, who's going to give us a bit of a talk and a demonstration of his replica of a sound and television system, well, not so much sound, but television system used in England around about the 1926. Okay, Chris, over to you.
Okay, well, this is a demonstration system intended to show the principles of mechanical scanning, which preceded the development of cathode ray tubes for television cameras and television receivers. So at the stage that this was demonstrated in the mid-20s by John Logie Baird in England and by C.F. Jenkins in America, they were limited to mechanical scanners using these things, which are called Nipkow discs. Disc has a series of holes. The number of holes equal the number of lines in the picture. In this case there are 32 holes around in a circle, placed in a spiral. That one's on the inside of the spiral, that one's on the outside of the spiral.
I'll just go around the other side.
Okay, as these discs rotate in front of a little square that you put in front of the disc, you get a scan pattern, a raster. And each time the disc rotates, it scans one complete picture. So this is the camera disc over here. There's a camera lens there, a condenser lens system to pick up the light transmitted by the holes in the disc and concentrate them onto a photocell, which is in there. The photocell is connected through to here. This is a video amplifier. Originally they would have used, of course, a valve amplifier, but we've cleverly disguised in an original 1920s style case a power FET driver and an 18 amp switch mode power supply. There's a video preamplifier there, 18 amp switch mode power supply there. And on these two dirty grate heat sinks with all of their fins, there are two power FETs, one there, and they can dissipate between them. If they're called upon to do so, they can dissipate around about 40 watts each. But in this case, it's just a simple Class A amplifier. They only ever get called upon to dissipate about 20 watts between the two of them. And that drives this. Inside here is a light source. Originally they would have used a modulated neon lamp in there, which would have been fairly feeble. These days we've used a bank of Luxian high output LEDs, a bank of 8 Luxian 3s in fact inside this housing. And so you watch through a diffuser and the rotating disc with its holes, scanning the picture, the modulated output of these.
I wonder if we can fire this thing up and
LEDs.
Give a bit of a demo of the sort of images you get.
No worries, I'll just put the box on the lid on the video amplifier again and fire it up. Stick something suitable up here as a test pattern. Turn down our contrast to start. When I fire this up, the motor here, if you can duck around,
I'll just go around.
have a look. There's a motor here that runs at 1400 RPM. Its rotational speed is reduced 2 to 1 by these pulleys and this O-ring drive. And so the main shaft driving the two scanning discs, the receiver disc, the monitor disc here, and the camera disc here, are synchronized by being on the same shaft, a metre long. And they're rotating at about 750 RPM, which gives you a 12 pictures per second repetition rate. And when Baird was transmitting these 32 line pictures on medium wave broadcast stations in the late 20s and early 30s, with a repetition rate of 12.5 pictures a second and 32 lines per picture, he was producing moving pictures on medium frequency broadcasting in a bandwidth of about 10 kilohertz, which is the same as you require for good quality audio. So let's hit it. One thing you'll notice about mechanical television is that it does produce a bit of noise. And
Okay, we'll just position ourselves.
Gradually bring up the contrast here. Here's a test card.
There we are, VK3AML 160 metre test.
A few picture cards. Just to start us off.
They would have found this amazing in 1926.
Yes, well, what they were aiming at was not so much the transmission of test cards, but the transmission of pictures of faces. So what I'll do is I'll just bring that down a bit. I've got a contrast problem with this, so this may or may not.
Oh, that's much better for the camera anyway. There you are, that's an actual movie of Chris. That's not bad.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you very clearly. Unfortunately, there's a slight reflection of me in the glass too, but it can't be helped.
What we can do is put a piece of paper over you. Okay.
Yeah, that might be better.
You will get some strobing there unless you can find the internal controls of that camera to change your
oh, this is
rate.
actually this is yep. Well, anyway, it's a very good demonstration. Anyway, you get a Maltese cross or something there too. That would come up good.
Okay. Oops, I think it's scraping on the disc.
Oh yes, okay.
Just put a filter on the camera lens, so probably works better. Are you seeing me properly?
Yes, I can see you perfectly.
Okay. Just you should get down this end, Lionel, and we'll be able to see you.
Well, I might break the system. Well, I think that'll do. Oh, well, okay.
I think this is a fair bit better than you would have been seeing last time.
Oh yes, it definitely is. Well, I hope you, everyone watching this, find this interesting. No doubt there'll be a lot of questions people will probably want to ask. But I think it gave an idea of what the system is all about. And there's Chris again in the as the star of 1926 television service. So, do they ever use this system in Australia?
Yes, it was used first on, they broadcast with this system in January 1929 from 3DV and 3UZ. 3DV is test. 3UZ actually had a broadcast service just as a novelty thing for about 12 months. The late Gil Miles, VK2KI, he was eventually VK2KI. In those days he was VK3II organised. But there's nothing to stop you transmitting this stuff on 160 metres. It will be carried equally well by anything that will carry about 8 kilohertz of audio. So we're actually producing these pictures in a fairly narrow bandwidth.
Alright, Chris, look, I think this will do. Probably about the limits of I can put up for YouTube. So I'd like to thank you very much.